This podcast is entirely listener supported. To find out how you can help, head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. I don't think I've played a video game in 2015.
Really?
Now that I think about it, I don't think I've played a video game in 2015. Well,
know
because
what's
I was out on the production, and then I came back, and I just haven't.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
I don't know who I am. I don't know myself.
Yeah. I got that World of Warcraft thing, so I gotta log
I'm
in
not
every
talking
day.
to you about
I gotta
World of
deal with my
Warcraft anymore.
followers.
I will not speak to you anymore
I gotta,
about World of
do my
Warcraft.
dailies.
No, you cannot talk about World of Warcraft anymore to me or anyone.
All right.
Save it for your fucking dwarf shamans or whoever the fuck you talk to.
I do have a couple of dwarf shamies that I talk to.
This is We Have Concerns, and we are not talking about this. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
What are we talking about?
Dudes trying to impress ladies.
Oh.
Yeah.
How are they impressing the ladies with their demonstration of wealth and power?
Well, there's an interesting thing. We got a story sent into us on our subreddit.
On our new subreddit.
Which is reddit.com/r/wehaveconcerns.
You know, you can submit stories there, but you can also talk about the episodes that have come out, talk about other stories that you may be excited about. There's a lot of action going on over there.
So much action.
Yeah.
It's like a Steve McQueen movie.
It is.
It's like the chase scene in Bullet over on our subreddit.
Kids, ask your parents.
Action. Why did you say action?
There's a lot of action happening in there, man.
I guess if you said like Reddit action, I don't know. There's a lot of people posting a lot of hot links.
Oh yeah, you want to get in on that.
Get in on that action. One person who got in on that action was YSSMAN, who posted this. Men get creative with grammar when they want to impress fertile women.
They get creative with grammar?
Yeah. They start to spit hot fire. They begin to freestyle like crazy when they want to impress a lady.
So this isn't even necessarily larger vocabulary. This is grammatical flourishes.
Yes.
This is like talking in the future perfect tense.
Yeah. So here's what's up. When young men get to a certain age.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about this. I've been waiting so long to hear about this.
And they begin to notice young ladies.
There's some changes are happening?
Or other young men. Yeah, some changes are happening. Maybe they begin to get hair in places where they haven't had hair before.
What? When does that happen?
What are you, 38? Any day now.
I hope so.
No, so researchers discovered that when young men talk to a woman who is in the fertile period of her menstrual cycle.
How do they know that? Is that the first question that they ask them?
Yeah.
Hey,
walk up in the club like, yo!
Who's in their fertile session?
What's up? Who be ovulating up in here?
When I say men, you say stration.
Men.
Stration.
Men.
Stration. That's how every club that I've ever been to goes.
If you ladies feeling fertile, put your hands up. Want to propagate the species, put your hands up. No, so what happens is men are we react just kind of like animals do. We can tell there are small changes in skin tone, vocal pitch, and scent in women. There are these like just subtle signs that we instinctively notice.
Wow, we're not as dumb as I thought we were.
Or we're just as baseline as we thought we were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to touch you. Oh, even more now.
Don't know why.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. When we respond to it physically, but we also respond to it mentally. When we're talking to somebody, we tend to kind of like match their tone and their conversational style.
Right, which is why I sound so dumb on this show.
I'm not following. So no, when you're talking to somebody, you don't try to be like the guy who's trying to sound dumber or smarter, or you
want to fit in.
You want to fall into like a comfortable conversation with everybody. But when men speak to fertile women,
which is already the best sentence. Go ahead.
They actually try to sound different than the woman. They try to sound different than everybody in a sort of like, it's sort of like a peacocking thing, like a subconscious thing. Like,
look at how good I can use my mouth for words.
Like yeah, exactly. You're really into somebody and you want to stand out.
Right.
So immediately men will begin using like grammatically more complicated sentences. They'll try to start bringing out their vocabulary. They'll try to start like just sounding different than everyone else, whether it's more clever or less clever.
Men be desperate.
Men be so desperate.
We do whatever we can.
Like, seriously. So when women are not at the low point in their menstrual cycle, we will try to match their conversational tone 62% of the time. 62% of the time. But when they're at their peak, only 49.7% of the time.
Well, that's only 12% difference.
It's a big difference.
I guess it's a big difference.
That's a measurable difference.
62 to 49.
But I think it's really funny because
13%.
Guys do this. We try to just stand out. I think everybody does. I think all human beings do, but guys particularly, like, even, you know, when you watch a teenage dude who doesn't know what he's doing yet, like, there's nothing worse than watching like some teen dudes trying to stand out for women.
That's the thing, is teen dudes want nothing less than to stand out most of the time. Mm-hmm. Teen dudes just want to conform as much as possible to the crowd and not stand out and not be noticed, not be the subject of ridicule.
Yeah.
If you stand out, you might be the one picked to be crapped on today. But then when a lady's around, it sounds like maybe they change their tunes.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl.
Oh, hi, Tony.
Look at me. I'm riding my bike with no hands. Hey, Cheryl.
Oh, look at you. You can ride your bike with no hands.
Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. I'm riding my bike with no hands, but
hey, Billy.
I'm doing it on top of this fence. Hey,
Whoa,
Cheryl.
Be careful. That seems really high.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Cheryl. I'm going to light my bike on fire.
Why are you doing that?
Cheryl, look at me.
Oh, my God. I find you attractive.
Cheryl.
And dangerous.
Cheryl, I'm going to jump off this high building.
Michael, get down from the building.
Cheryl, I'm going to jump onto these spikes.
Oh, wow. If he wasn't skewered by all those spikes, I would find him extremely appropriate mate.
Want to get a lady? Jump onto some spikes. Paid for by the Spike Lobby.
Damn it, Spike Lobby!
So yeah, it's funny because we are tribal creatures. Yeah. We want to fit in.
Right.
The best way to make somebody feel comfortable around you and want to be with you is to just kind of be at your most comfortable and your most natural.
Right.
Right? It's to just be it's to be yourself. It's that old bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? But we are instinctively programmed from back when we were dumb animals to do dumb animal things. So we know as human beings that we need to just chill and be cool. But there are these instinctive, hormonal, chemical, physical things that go like, no, dude, no. You need to destroy everyone in your path. Make yourself look bigger. Puff up your chest.
Right. But
wear bright colors.
Can't this just be, broken down to when you are attracted to a lady, you want her to notice you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of what it is. Just trying to be noticed, trying to be... What was the actual study here?
But it's funny. So this is the deal. This is actually subtle. And that's what I think is fun about it, is even when we are consciously in control of things. Like, you and I would like to think, have a little more self-control than those teenagers who are trying to impress the one girl who's walking by, right?
Right. We are...
I don't feel the need...
We are models of grace, humility, and dignity, really, is what we are. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Put your pants on.
No.
Okay.
Never. Yeah, but as you get older, you do get a little more self-control. You learn to kind of control your impulses and not be an idiot all the time and all that. But those instincts are still there, and they come out in these really subtle ways. Mm-hmm. So they were testing things like, the researcher says, we hear somebody else describe a scene as, the teacher is reading a book to the children, will be more likely to say subsequent sentences with the same pattern, right? The farmer is giving some hay to the horses.
Right.
Okay. But what they found is when they put a guy and a girl together, and they had the girl say, the teacher is reading a book to the children, instead of saying the farmer is giving some hay to the horses, the guy would say, the farmer is giving the horses some hay.
Interesting. So he would, instead of conforming to the grammatical structure that she was saying, he would stand out, and they're saying that was to demonstrate mental faculty that might make him a potential mate.
Yeah. I'm just different. I'm doing things a little differently.
Right.
Maybe that makes me more unique. So, I mean, it's not like all of a sudden, you sit across from a woman and you turn into Oscar Wilde or something, or like a Gilbert and Sullivan speech. Just like, oh, I'm really glad that Cheryl set us up. You seem really nice.
Yeah. No, but forsooth, I too am pleased by our fortuitous meeting.
Oh,
I'll have a chocolate shake and a couple of burgers.
I'll have just one burger and a shake. Just one burger, I think is fine.
The light sprinkles on your dewdropped eyes like the moonlight sprinkles on an evening in my dreams.
Okay. Cool, I guess. So have you seen any movies lately?
I visited the multiplex and was illuminated by the workings of many fine artists and... Hey, put that down, man. Put that down. I'm talking to a lady over here. We're talking about movies. I want to talk about this movie and that movie. I'm sorry, my princess. I've just needed to speak to these gentlemen for only moments longer. Just give me a second and I'll be right over there, Jimmy. Give me a second. I'm talking to this hottie over here. Your beauty is like the whispering winds upon my subtle eyes. I am breathless in anticipation of the next words that will emit from your luscious lips.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I don't know. She went to the bathroom. I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought it was going really well. I smelled, she sounds like she's low point of her menstrual cycle. Smelled really good.
Yeah, I don't know where her problem was, man. You seemed like you were playing it real cool. I don't know.
I did. I was just being myself, like you said. Like you said before we left, just be yourself. I was just being myself.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
She seems so fertile. I don't understand it.
It's crazy. Sometimes they just seem so fertile.
Yeah.
And then...
just like they're not into it, It's like every signal you're giving off is opposite.
So it's not that bad. It's not like that. It's not a conscious thing or like a weird... It's just sort of a little subtle thing we do. And I love those. I love stuff like that. I love those little subtle vestiges of animal behavior that we just don't even know that we can't get rid of.
For me, the headline here is that we are able to pick up on the behavior is different at all in any way from when a woman is most fertile and when she's not most fertile. The fact that we are constantly soaking in these subconscious
about
signals,
but about pheromones and stuff like that. And
Yeah, no, I mean, I certainly did a lot of research in order to purchase the correct cologne to wear to win my wife. I mean, you don't just get a girl naturally.
No, listen, it doesn't matter how well you guys are vibing, how great. I mean, one thing that they don't mention in this article is that basically it all comes down to the cologne.
Right. We all know that. Yeah. That's established. That's science.
Yeah, there's nothing
chemicals.
Basically, if you don't wear the right shirt,
right,
and it's like the color doesn't work the most with like her hormone, it's like it's over.
You might as well have just not even shown up.
But that's the problem, right? Is we hear things like this, and we process them that way, and that's what gets us in our heads, and that's what makes people act stupid. Is you tell people that. Pheromones exist and people are more attracted to this color at this time.
Yeah.
Or if you smell this particular way, or if you speak in this particular way, or, that's what this whole kind of like weird, toxic online pickup artist culture is like people who
try to game that system.
That there are these things and maybe they're a little insecure, and they want to take advantage of these things that are subtle.
Right.
And aren't the overriding thing. The overriding thing here isn't that we change our sentences, and if you don't change your sentences, you'll get the girl.
Right.
The thing here is that, that's a weird thing that's still around.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything because we have a lot of higher brain function now.
Right. Well, maybe it does. Maybe
but on an animal level, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're picking up on, if we pick up on that, then obviously there are things that the person that you are doing it to is going to pick up on, right?
Right. I mean,
it's got to be slightly reciprocal.
Yeah, and you're so right that it's all animal. I mean, it is at a certain level. It is trying to communicate that your offspring will be in a better position because it's even why, like, oh, you buy the fancy car. It's like you're communicating on a certain level that your offspring are going to be provided for and protected, right?
Yeah.
It's using a different grammatical structure, so there's a certain thing that will be passed on to your offspring. There's a certain level of intelligence and vocal ability, grammatical ability that will be inherited. And there, on a certain level, the animal part of us is only interested in propagating our DNA in the best possible way.
But I think, you see somebody and whether you find them attractive, right? And I don't know. I think to put too much effort into the attraction portion is the wrong way to go. Because the attraction thing, I always felt about meeting people the same way I felt about auditions or job interviews or something, where it's like you walk in and just when you walk in,
give them your resume, and if they want to fall in love with them, then
you give a woman a resume and you say like, "Hey, just check my references," and like
I have some special skills listed at the bottom.
Like, just really excited to enter into a sexual and then hopefully emotional relationship with you.
I think my biggest flaw is that sometimes I try too hard. I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Yeah, I'm a pleaser. That's my problem. Is I'm a people pleaser.
Right.
But I think I'm really good at I'm really good at working with people. Really great at working with teams. So like if that's something that you're looking for in this particular project, like that's great for me. I really shine in that environment.
I can handle a really high workload.
Yeah. So no, but I do. What I mean to say is that when you meet someone or when you go on an audition or go on an interview, you kind of walk over, you shake hands, you say hi, and instantly whether like something is working on an emotional level, right? Like you walk into an audition. And obviously it's different. You walk into an audition. There are 48 dudes who look like you.
Yes.
And then you walk into the room and it's like, well, they're looking for the one out of the 48 who
uses grammar differently.
Who uses his grammar differently. And that's how what you do is you go in and you go, I like your script, but I'm going to say it really different.
Have you thought about the future perfect tense?
I am going to make myself stand out by not learning your bullshit lines and saying whatever pops into my head. No. So I think we put a lot into that initial attraction phase. We put a lot of work into it. Mm-hmm. Everybody is always, when people are single, they're always like, well, I got to go out. I got to look my best. I got to act my best. But the same way you always get the audition or the job that you don't really care about, you always kind of meet the person when you're at your most relaxed. Because it's
that's true.
Because the attraction thing happens no matter what.
And it also happens just with friendships and working relationships. You know right away when it works, right? Mm-hmm. You know right away when you're synced up with someone and it kind of all fits.
And it's like that's like the first 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
To 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, the higher brain takes up. Because look, man, you can be super attracted to somebody and then you start talking to them and you're like, nope.
Yeah. No, that's true.
But you can also just 100% fit with somebody in terms of personality and just never be attracted to them.
Yeah.
But and it all happens within the span of a minute. And so to put so much into that portion of it, I think is wrong.
That's why technology is eliminating that. Now we just slide left, baby. Just slide left.
Slide left.
So easy. Easy. Just takes all the time away.
You're talking about your patented dance move, the slide left.
The slide left. Yeah, you see me do that, right? Works every time, especially when they're fertile.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? How much weight do you guys put on the sort of chemical animal part of meeting somebody? How much do you think that's left in society? I don't think it's much of it.
I think there's a lot of that.
Yeah?
For me, it's a big part of, I don't know if I haven't met someone in person whether I like them or not. Even if we've Skyped, we've talked on the phone, we can have a great relationship that way. There's something physical, chemical that happens when you're in the same physical space with someone that I think is important.
Yeah, I disagree. I'd rather talk to robots all the time anyway. Let us know what you think. You can comment on this over at the subreddit. It's reddit.com/r/wehaveconcerns. Or you can hit us up on Twitter. I'm at @acarboni.
And I'm at Jeff Canada. We also dig getting your feedback at wehaveconcernsshow@gmail.com or by giving us a review on the iTunes.
Dude, give us a review on the iTunes.
Give it a review.